Is this thing on?
Yes, Noreen.
Oh, okay. Oh, for goodness sakes.
Hit it, boys. This is Robert Pinkerton.
I'm Dr. Noreen Patagaskis. This is Beverly Gould.
And I'm Andy Mullen. We're excited to bring you the companion course to Andy's new book, The Literate Musician. Congratulations, Andy. Thank you, Maestro.
It's perfectly marvelous.
Noreen and Bev and I will be here to assist Andy in any way he needs as he teaches the course.
Oh, yes.
So with that, we'll begin. Boys?
The Literate Musician.
Thank you, Maestro. Thank you, Dr. Patagaskis. Welcome to those who are listening at home to the companion course to my book, The Literate Musician.
The Literate Musician.
Not every time, Ray. Sorry, Bob. Yes, thanks. That's Ray Fabrizio on sound.
Sorry, Andy.
No problem. Consider this an introduction to the course, The Literate Musician, Part 1, The Oral Foundations of Musicianship. In this lesson, I intend to go over the big ideas of the book and what it means to be a literate musician. Ray?
Roll disc.
The literate musician. Although music isn't a language in the strictest sense, we can certainly communicate and interact with each other through music. In order to communicate, though, we need to have something to say. In language, we have words, which are given contextual meaning through the sentences we put them in. In music, we have patterns, which are given contextual meaning when we put them in a tonal or rhythmic context, like a tonality or meter. Once we have patterns and can give them context, we can begin to think musically. Thinking in music is called audiation. The same way that we can visualize an image in our brain and bring meaning to it, we can hear music. We can have musical thoughts. But to truly audiate, we must understand the thoughts we are having. Are you audiating? If you're listening to a piece of music, here are some questions to ask yourself. Do you know what tonality and meter you're in? Can you pick out the various pitches and give them an aural label? Do you know the underlying harmonic progression? Would you know what chords to play on the piano or guitar? Do you know if a modulation took place? Can you transcribe the rhythm? If you can do all those things, you are well on your way to being able to audiate. This course will arm you with the tools to audiate and teach you to be able to read your musical thoughts as well as the musical thoughts of others. Although there are no direct correlations, think of learning music like learning a foreign language. You can't think in a new language unless you have nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs. Once you have those in place, you can combine them to make logical statements, to ask or answer questions, or think in that new language. In this course, we will learn many types of musical words and then be able to put them into sentences and even paragraphs. Once we have a musical vocabulary, then it makes sense to learn to read what we can already think. If you ask almost any adult on Earth what 2 plus 2 is, you are likely to get the correct answer. Similarly, if you ask them who the current president is, they would likely know that answer. Or if you asked them what H2O meant, they would know you mean water. These are things that a citizen generally knows. What this course presents are the very basic concepts that a musical citizen should know. The acquisition of a musical vocabulary and the ability to think, read, and speak in the language of music. That is what it truly means to be a literate musician. Here is what we will learn in Part 1. Rhythm. In duple and triple meters, students will be able to move to macrobeats and microbeats simultaneously, echo macrobeat, microbeat, and division and elongation patterns with a neutral syllable and solfege, name the meter and rhythmic functions, improvise patterns, orally compare meters, translate from neutral syllable to solfege. On the tonal front, in major and minor tonalities, students will be able to echo tonic and dominant and melodic patterns using a neutral syllable and solfege, name the tonality and sing its resting tone and harmonic functions, name and sing chord roots, memorize musical sight words, orally compare tonalities, and translate patterns from neutral syllables to solfege. Thank you, Andy, for that very thorough introduction.
Perfectly cogent.
And with that, we'll go on to Part 1, Section 1. Fade out, Ray.